survive as a collective, a shared life experience differently, diverse emotions.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy K on the Diverse Emotions podcast.
Classy touch.
Today we got a very talented,
What up?
amazing rapper.
Let's go.
Overall artist. We got
Yes,
my boy
sir.
Dred Scott. What's popping, bro?
Yes, sir. What's up with y'all, man?
What's
Thank
going
you
on?
for having me come through on the show.
Let's
you know
go.
what I'm saying?
It's been like 3 times we tried to make this happen, bro, but it just didn't work out. But
Man,
now it's
you
working
know,
for the
it's
the
all
right
in
time.
God's plan, you know?
There it is.
It's all
Exactly.
in God's timing. So,
The stars have aligned.
yes, sir.
Here we are.
So
Yes,
let's start from the beginning. Wait, first, how'd you get your name? Like, why are you Dred Scott?
So I'm Dred Scott because my dad was actually given that name back in Fillmore.
Really?
He was very well known. He was like a Robin Hood. He would steal from the rich, give to the poor. You know what I'm saying? He would bring it always back. But that was a name that he kind of adopted in Fillmore. And, you know, when he passed when I was young. So, and he was an artist too. So I always just kind of looked up to him in that respect. Not only because he's my dad, but he was an artist too. So I just kind of, you know, took the name, ran with it.
Nice.
Been,
That's
you know,
what's up.
rocking
It's a
it
dope
ever
name.
since. So,
Showing love
yeah.
to Pops.
For sure.
Shout
showing
out
love to Pops and to, you know, obviously there was a Supreme Court case, first black man to ever have his freedom case make it to the Supreme Court.
Really?
Damn, that's
So the
crazy.
history behind Dred Scott, it's a real court case. It's a real story
Okay.
of a man trying to get his freedom.
And it's not about the dreads,
Yeah.
And it's not about the dreads, not with an A in it, you know,
Because
D-R-E-D.
I remember when you chopped your hair, you put on your Instagram story, you was like, just because I don't got dreads no more, I'm not Dred Scott. And I was like, I feel you, bro.
yeah, just because I don't got hair no more don't mean I'm changing my name, you know. So yeah, always and forever.
Okay.
Nah, respect.
Yes, sir.
So what got you into music? Like, where was your earliest memory of like, I want to do music. This is what I want to do.
My earliest memories, I would have to say, come from being young and my family being involved in church.
Yeah.
So much so, you know, seeing my aunties, my uncles, my grandma, my mom, everybody involved in choir, and everybody also doing music outside of that
Nice.
as well. And I'm like the baby in this, you know.
Yeah.
So everybody before me coming up in my family was doing music way before me.
Yeah.
And I just always looked up to them, wanted to be like them, wanted to sing, wanted to rap, act, be in front of the camera, just all of it. So
Love
it
that.
really,
Yeah.
it just really comes from a family stem.
It makes now, like your music video at that church makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. And definitely in the Smile video, I actually used the church that my father's funeral was at.
Damn.
And it's crazy because in that video, the church is empty, completely empty. It's got like a few people in it. But at my father's funeral, you didn't even have a place to even stand.
Wow.
That's how many people was
There.
in the building.
Yeah.
Well over 500 people, even people standing outside.
Wow.
Trying to be, you know, just there and feel the energy.
Show
So
the respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is why I'm glad we're doing this, because, you know, like people like me seeing your video, but we didn't know how impactful it was and how important it was in your life. Like, even just, I thought it was just you just rented out a church, something like that, but that church is like actually means something to you. and your
yeah,
family.
man, that's honestly everything I do in my music is gotta be some kind of
Yeah.
back meaning to it. You know, I don't just like go on a whim and just be like, oh, let's shoot it like this or let's shoot it here. Like, definite story, definite reason why I'm doing it. And yeah, it just all came together. I'm glad that the church, shout out to Third Baptist, for allowing me to shoot the video. And it's crazy because the song does have cuss lyrics in it. It does have some profanity in it, but they let me rock. And, you know, they were just, you know, honored to, you know, be a part of the process.
So were you, because I just know you from Alameda. So are you from Alameda or are you from the city?
No, so I'm actually from Chicago.
For real?
Really?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Learn something new.
I'm actually from Chicago. Came out here when I was young. First place I lived in California. Mom's brought me to Sacramento.
Okay.
And was living in Sacramento at a young age. And then my aunt and my uncle bought a house in Oakland. And that's when he reached out to my mom and was like, yo, we need to put him in a good school system. Yeah. We need to have him around some diversity.
Yes.
And then he convinced my mom to pretty much move to Oakland.
Nice.
Went to some schools in Oakland. Mom ended up getting a new job, so we ended up moving to Alameda, which was probably the best.
Shout out Alameda, bro.
Shout out to Alameda and everybody, bro, for real, man. There, I can't count Alameda out for nothing, bro, because just as many artists come out of New York and people that are dope. Same thing with Alameda.
Legends have come out of Alameda, bro.
It's very clear, bro. So. Yeah, everybody I met, all my homies, I'm from in Alameda, and I was there during pretty much the peak years, high school and everything. So became friends with a lot of people.
That's when I met you, and
high school.
When I first met Taryn and Kara. That's when I first met you around then in high school. And then I remember when you cut your hair, I was like, damn, you look like high school Gabe.
Oh, man. Took it back. Okay. Yeah. It was a whole different feel.
Got younger.
They put me on to you as well. Just like, yo, you got to meet this dope artist.
Okay.
We were supposed to make a video long ago. We always talked about it on Snapchat, but I was in Ibiza.
Oh, that's right. You was doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah, so it just never worked.
I was low-key jealous, bro. I was like, bro, I got to come out there and get with my boy.
Trust me, I've tried to get everybody out there.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone from me, I'm like, bro, you got a spot to stay. We get into the clubs for free.
Yeah.
Everything. But like, some people just don't want to leave this place.
It's a leap.
Right.
It's a leap. It's a personal leap.
Yeah.
To just like get up and go somewhere.
Not saying that you weren't trying to leave.
No. I was, man, if I had the opportunity and it opened up, I would have definitely been out there, because I was living vicariously through you, through the stories and everything. So
and the Snapchat videos were way crazier than the Instagram stories.
Yeah, bro.
And you were hitting me on Snapchat.
I don't even think Instagram had stories yet.
For real. I think that was like in the 2017. That's when it was. I was really on Snapchat,
right,
and my stories and stuff. But
the stories was a hard bite anyway, right, from Snapchat.
Yeah, once that happened, I was done with Snapchat.
Okay,
I just do it literally to chat, not even post nothing, like talk to people who are on there. But so what's your creative process like when you're making music?
It involves a lot of Palo Santo.
Okay.
some good vibes.
Yeah.
I definitely listen to some old school classics before I jump in and start creating, just because I want to get that feel, and I just dive in, bro. I don't really every time is different. I can't say it's like one way this time. I could just have an idea and sit down at the kitchen table and then 1 hour, 2 hours later, have this thing cooked up,
Nice.
Or if I'm in the studio, it's different, but I don't have a specific way. It's just the way that feels right in the time that I'm trying to do it, if that makes sense.
No, that's art. Perfect sense. Yeah.
I mean, and when you're most inspired, you have to take advantage of that time and get to work.
Exactly.
Sometimes you won't get it for a few weeks.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's few and far in between, bro. And if you feel it, you gotta just act on it right then and there.
That's it.
And I don't really have like a certain kind of way, but definitely some Palo Santo, some sage bundles in there just to get the vibes right.
Okay.
And and then we cook.
Are you making beats too, or are you more lyrical, or?
I am. So the way that happened was I wasn't even making beats, bro, like, to be honest, but I wanted to dive into music with both feet.
Holistically,
full head of steam. And a good friend of mine named Curtis Toll, he actually put me on an FL Studio. Okay. So then I was rocking on FL Studio for a while, making beats, producing.
What year was this?
This was probably 2010.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so it's been a minute.
2010. I was living in San Diego at the time, and he just showed me the whole ropes on how to work the program and produce, and how to add layers, and just the importance of the sound.
Yeah.
And then my drive and my interest in it, obviously took full fold. And I started working on different programs. My good friend, shout out to Kelly Portis. He's no longer here.
Shout out our brother, bro.
Yeah, he played the most pivotal role, I would have to say, in my whole entire music career. Just because not only were we roommates and we were able to cook all the time and just be in the studio, we lived in actual studio spaces.
Whoa.
With him, he just, he played bass, drums, guitar, keys.
Yeah.
He played all of it. He was like a modern day Prince.
Yeah.
Like just a master of all trades. And so I looked up to him so much. I was just like, bro, you have to teach me. You have to teach me how to cook. Because every time somebody came to our studio and he played some of his music and he threw on a beat or something, it was just like the whole room would stop. Like, and that's how captivating his music was.
He's not around anymore.
No, he's
that's
not.
my homie I was telling you about, passed in October.
Yeah.
Yes,
This just sounds like somebody I need to know.
Yeah, dude.
You guys would have loved each other. And
yeah, dude.
I used to love watching you guys' Instagram lives and stories of you guys all jamming in the studio.
Dude.
Like, I used to love when you guys used to do the Do for Love.
Oh, Do for Love. Yeah,
you guys used to always rock that.
Kill that. Yeah, and bro, playing shows with him was just.
I bet.
Yeah,
wait, so you had a band, or
what
what, was he? Was it like a band situation, or
yeah? So actually, so I'm gonna travel back a little bit.
Okay.
My first experience with music was being in a high school band. My friend Sammy V came up to me. He was like, "Yo, I know you could spit a little bit. We got this talent show coming up. I think you should rock with us. We got this band. We're gonna perform this Mac Dre song."
Okay.
So me, and I honestly wasn't as hip to Bay Area music yet. I didn't know about it all yet. I was still, tapping in and listening to different things. So that was my real first experience even hearing Mac Dre. It was like, we're going to perform this live? Like, yeah, bro, I promise you, like, it's going to be turned. Yeah, it's going to go crazy. So we ended up doing the talent show. The birth of a whole actual band came out of that talent show because afterwards we were like, yo, we should continue to like still keep practicing, keep
energy
making
was
music.
high after that.
Yeah,
Fire.
Energy was on 10. So it was just like, all right, well, let's try to actually take this somewhere. And we started a band, was in high school. We played different shows. Now, Kelly wasn't in our band yet. He was making music. He went to a different high school right across the way in Sanel.
Yeah.
And, he would come to our shows and just be wild. And the fact that he was wild at our shows was just like, wait, what? Like, that's crazy to me because that was his actual first experiences seeing us play, seeing me rap and, do my thing. So he was like, yo, this dude is kind of dope. Like, and so after the show, he would come up to us and be like, yo, what's up? We should get in the lab. We should create sometime. And it was just love, like pure love. And then later on down the line, I moved to San Diego, come back to the Bay. He had moved to Hawaii, but he came back to the Bay as well. And, we saw each other one night in the city on Halloween. And after that, it was just like, we both knew we needed to be under the same roof, like rocking with each other.
Getting some things done.
Yes, getting some things
y'all
done.
Both back. Y'all both on the music. Now it's time to do it.
Now it's time. So we went and we looked for Live Workspace, was able to get in. And the rest was history.
Okay.
Rest was history. So, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, everything you guys did together was is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, and the energy you guys brought, like, you guys had a whole team. Like, a lot of people, like, when I was doing my thing for a while, I was trying to push it by myself. But, like, when you have a team and everyone is happy about it, excited about it, and each person plays their own role, that's when the shit's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's when it's just super real and authentic. There's no egos or
That's it.
any outside agendas in the way. It's just purely for the music. And that's what it was with us. It was just strictly about the music. It wasn't, hey, I don't want you to play or sound like that because that's trash. It was just that, hey, I want you to sound like this because, you know, it's for the music and I know people gonna fuck
Rock
with that.
it. Yeah.
So everything between us was just pure love, bruh. So yeah, Kelly Porter's shout out. He had a definite role in
Yeah. He was the spark.
in anything
yeah.
I'm really doing. So yeah.
That's sick. As you are now, is there any artist that you would love to collaborate with? Anyone?
To be honest,
I already know when you're gonna say. And you probably know what I'm gonna say.
yeah, honestly, I'm gonna really say though, anybody from Dreamville, like that's a label that I really rock with the music.
Okay.
So whether it's Ari Lennox or JID, Cole,
Yeah.
Knew it. That's the one.
you know what I'm saying, Boss, any of them. It's just that whole Dreamville collective sound
Yeah.
is like also my sound. So it's like I'm with the soulful spiritual rap, but still with heavy lyrics and bars and meaning behind it too.
Yeah.
That's like whenever I think of you and your music, I think of J. Cole.
Yeah.
Music, like that's the closest thing I can compare it to. You know, you guys have your own style and everything, but like you guys are on that same lane.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Same lane, definitely. When I heard him, I was like, I hate this, bro.
Not
that I hate him, but it was just like, bro, he's so raw that it's just like, wow, you know, like.
Make you gotta up your game a little bit.
Yeah,
like, wait,
it made me
on.
like, okay, let me, you know, go back to the drawing board a little bit. But yeah, I would have to say any artist from Dreamville. If rest in peace, if Mac was still alive, I definitely want to collab with him. And let me think, is there anybody I'm missing? I mean, I feel like that's it.
Okay.
You know, just right now at least. Just
Yeah.
Any artist from Dreamville, because I really love all of them. So
Nice. What are you working on currently? Do you have any new projects that you're going to be releasing or just released?
So TBH, I took a little hiatus because Kelly passed, and it was in our apartment that we used to live in, the live workspace, and a fire broke out, and it was not good. So I took a little hiatus just from my mental health.
Yeah.
But just came back, and we are finishing his project because before he passed, he was working on this crazy, just self-produced, self-written
Masterpiece. Yeah.
Like everything was played by him, from
Wow.
the bass to the drums to the keys. Just everything was played by him. So we meet up, and we're working on his project right now. But through that, it's inspired me to get back on the horse and keep making projects. So we're finishing right now the album that me and him both started.
Sick.
Titled "It Was Never Supposed to Be Easy."
Nice.
And it's I plan on dropping 3 projects this year. So
Nice.
It Was Never Supposed to Be Easy, the one that me and Kelly was working on before he passed. That's a definite one that I plan on dropping this year. I'm also working on an album with some live instrumentation on it.
Sick.
So all live, everything.
Okay.
You know, no MPC, no beats, no nothing. It's just all live music, and coordinating that and dropping that in 21 as well. So just trying to get back into it full-fledged, you know. Talking with my manager, and we just plan on just working. So
Yeah, we need all 3 of those.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah. Drop those.
I'm definitely dropping
if
it.
there's anything I can do video wise or anything for you and Kelly's project, I'll be more than happy to help.
You know, I think it's a collective effort. You know, I feel like we're all trying to get to a place, to the mountaintop, and wherever I could throw out a hand to help somebody up, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's
you
it.
know, and it's been love ever since day one, since I first since Taryn was like, "Oh yeah, this is my bro. Like, yeah, you should mess with him. He gonna look cool."
I was with Taryn 2 days ago. You know, I had to get chopped.
Oh yeah.
Had to give him online, and I'll be going to your boy Rich Blends.
Oh, Rich Blends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we fuck with him too. I
yeah.
seen you got the fresh cut yesterday.
Yeah, he's at yeah, I had to get the fresh cut because it was looking ugly.
I was done. He took your hood off, bro.
Yeah, he took the hood off. And even when he pulled the hood off, you could see like, oh, yeah, Brad needs to cut
Some
fast.
TLC.
Yeah, Brad needs
man.
to cut fast. So yeah, Rich Blaine, shout out to him. He's at Marshawn Lynch shop.
Yeah, the Beast Mode Barbershop.
Yeah, the Beast Mode. So yeah, man.
Okay.
How did the Troubled Waters series come along?
So you mean on YouTube or
The your
Just-
like where you guys would do the live sets in different places?
okay? Oh, okay, yeah. So that was actually a series I titled called Wake Up Wednesday.
Okay,
and
yeah.
it was just like a freestyle kind of going over old school joints,
Yeah, it's-
classics.
Yeah.
That
trying to I don't think he's seen it, but like trying to
Yeah.
explain it in a way that people have never even heard of it, because that's the whole video. That whole idea is just crazy, right?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Well, me and my manager came up to this. We came to this conclusion that if we want to get noticed and we want to get seen and we want a wide span audience to start hearing our music, not only just Bay Area but on a large scale, we need to give them something that they could count on every week.
Nice.
Every single week. So
that was like that Good Friday shit, right?
Yeah.
Like what Kanye was dropping like
right,
every Friday. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Like something every single week that people could tune in, tap in, and just be like, yo, that was last week, but check this week out. Or if they not gonna like it that week, then the next week, check this one out
There
though.
it is.
Okay. So we're crossing a wide range of different kind of music. So
Sick.
it was from like Lauryn Hill doo-wop to, a Busta Rhymes joint.
Okay.
To a Method Man joint. So it was just like going crazy over all these songs. And the response though was like nothing that I ever could have, imagined.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So we started getting different sponsorships and doing different collabs with different companies after that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was popping up.
Okay.
Yeah, so Nixon, which is the, like the watch company, well, they're like watch apparel. They came through and was like, yo, we want you to do a live show in the store.
Okay.
We'll give you all this gear. You'll get some custom watches and
Is that
stuff.
what you got on your wrist right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I got it. I got the
One, two.
custom Nixon joint.
Okay.
Okay.
Shout out to Nixon. Yeah. They was looking for a little urban feel. And we were at that perfect spot to be able to provide that kind of urban look that they was going for.
And they got you off Instagram? They just
they literally found me on Instagram just through promotion, running ads. A member of their team, which is crazy because she actually went to Alameda High.
What?
Yeah, she was like, I went to Alameda High. I saw you doing music when I was young. I was like,
Wow.
like an 8th grader, freshman when you were leaving. Like,
What?
but we all still saw that you did music. I don't know.
Alameda, bro. We stick
It's
together
all-
out here,
yeah,
bro.
bro. Yeah, it's
We stick
so
together in Alameda.
yeah.
Okay.
Fast forward, 10 plus years down the line, she's the marketing manager for Nixon, and she reached out, and after that, it was just the rest is history. So
how did that transform into the Apple show you did?
Oh, the Apple show came about because literally my girl was working there at the time, and she knew this guy named Jeremy who she was like, hey, you should check my boyfriend out. Like he's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But he was just like, nah, like, you know how many people say that?
Yeah.
Trying to put your boyfriend on?
Yeah, trying to put your boyfriend on. Like, don't give me that. So, he did his research, did his homework, came back and was just like, yo,
You was right.
yeah, you was right. He reached out to me and was like, yo, we definitely should, have you on what's called Today at Apple. where they, Apple San Francisco was featuring different artists, whether it be for photography, for painting, for music, for dance. So I got to rock an entire show at the Apple store, flagship store.
And then they have Dina's photos in the back too.
Yeah. So they had the whole big 5K projector screen up, and it was just streaming videos. Dina's pretty much done all my artwork. So any like photo or whatever that they were using was pretty much one that she had busted.
Shout out her, bro.
Yeah,
everyone needed Dina, bro.
Yeah, everybody needs a her for real. She's
for sure.
That's amazing.
She in the corner. So, it was cool, bro. Love the experience. That even translated to Apple hitting me back and saying, "Yo, we want an exclusive deal with you, but we basically want to feature you as a." It's basically called like Discovered on Apple. So they run the front page when you open iTunes or Apple Music. You see all those artists on the front page.
Yeah.
And there's a section called Discovered by Apple. And it's basically artists that they say they discovered and that they highly promote.
Okay.
And, so definitely led to that down the line later.
That's amazing.
I need to start clicking on those now. I might find the Dred Scott up there.
Quick time.
For sure. So, and, it only led to good things. So, it was wonderful experience. Wonderful experience.
Love that. What's your message with your music?
My message with my music is to really continue pushing regardless of what life throws at you. Really just focus in and, own what you're trying to do. And continue pushing whether, because things happen in life. In 2020, not only did my mom pass, my best friend and producer pass within 3 to 4 months of each other. You know what I'm saying? So,
fuck, bro.
Yeah. So it was like 2020 was a definite eye opener for me. But even before that, I knew like, you have to continue pushing regardless of whatever, But when it happened, it was just like, holy shit. Like, I didn't think I was going to feel this way. But my message to my listeners is always do what you want to do. Always continue to push the line, even when it feels like, it feels like a dead end.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Do you have a musical hero? Is there like that one pillar of, or pillars of artists that you look up to or that are your guiding light musically?
Yeah. Man. Definitely like artists like Joey Badass, Cole, Kendrick.
Yeah.
Let me see. Am I missing anybody? Mainly those three though.
Yeah.
Just because I can feel it. Not only that I'm listening to the lyrics, I can feel the lyrics, so, and that's two completely different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're
totally
just
different.
saying some lyrics and it's whatever, but you actually have a connection to them.
Yeah.
And that connection just happened with me through their music. So it was just like, oh yeah, hands down, this is the lane that I want to talk about. This is what I want to convey in my music. Not all the flashy and the glitz and glam. You can have all those. That's another message to my listeners.
Okay.
Is that the diamonds and the chains and the watches and the jewelry and the hoes and the cars and the whips and the houses, that's all cool. But is it what defines you? Because you're not going to be able to take that stuff with you when you go.
Yeah.
So don't let nothing like that ever define you. Just be you.
That's what one of my favorite Nas lines. He says, "But what's it all worth? Can't take it with you under this earth."
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And that's what it is. Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't take it with you under the earth. So you could talk about it, and if that's all what you represent, that's not going to be, that's not longevity.
Yeah.
Because those things come and they go. They're just, you know, whatever. But love and like everything that comes with the success is really what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Cole said in the interview, you know, I was chasing all of these things. And, you know, you get so caught up in chasing them that when you finally get them, you feel this emptiness inside. And it's just like, what am I even doing this for?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's something that I pride myself in. And even when I'm writing, it's just, you know, if I'm talking about something, make sure I'm giving reasoning behind it and just some kind of context into like, no, but I'm not letting it define me, you know, kind of thing, or that's not what I'm all about kind of thing. So
that's really cool. The three artists that you named, they all, to me, still embody the tradition of like traditional hip hop, and they have taken it and elevated it as opposed to like the shift, the major mainstream shift that has happened in hip hop. You have those three that kind of are still trying to enhance the traditional hip hop and further it, which I think hasn't happened enough. I think it's just like there's a lot of trap music and this new style of music, and I think there's still a boundary of like the traditional hip hop that still can be pushed, and there's a new baby that still has to be born with hip hop that hasn't shown itself yet, but it's there still. So
no, definitely like what you said, you know, it's all about pushing it forward, not just staying in the time, because this time is always going to change, and sound is going to change, music is going to change, but I'm talking about the overall progression. Why is everybody still able to say, or why is one person able to say it was all a dream, and then another person know like, oh, that's big, you know what I'm saying? You know, these high school kids now probably, they don't.
What dream you talking about?
Yeah, what dream you talking about? Who said that?
It's a different dream now. It's a different dream,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, but that kind of classic hip hop, that kind of shit is like timeless.
It is.
And
it is.
And that's what I want to be able to just leave, is just some stuff that's timeless, that's going to roll with the times. We could still slap Big now, even though he was dropping stuff mainly in the 90s.
Yeah.
And so it's just that, that timeless essence that, you know, I want to.
But yeah, so with all your message, with your music, everything you've done with your performances, what's your most memorable moment where someone like really appreciated you and your music?
Oh man, there's been several occasions, but two that I can remember is this guy, and he was in Australia. And I had just dropped the Wake Up Wednesday episode, and I can't remember what I was rapping over, but he was just so blown. Like, he was just like, yo, I don't know what rock or planet you came off of and how I haven't heard your music before, but bro, I'm all the way in Australia, and I wake up and I blast this shit every day just to get my day going, my day started. Like,
love that.
Yeah, your music is like that shit for me.
That's the point. That's what you're doing for, right?
Yeah. And but you know, you'll be like, oh, somebody's gonna feel this out there, but you don't know the extent of what and how far it can reach. And
100%.
Yeah, and that's what I love about music and hip hop in general is, you know, a lot I have a lot of my listeners, when I'm just looking in Spotify and everything, they're coming from like all these different places, and they're reaching out, you know, and they're just like, yo, just heard Smile today, love it, much love from Portugal, you know. Amazing. And it's just like all these experiences are just like, wow, like people are actually tapping in, they're listening, and you know, I'm not all in their face and I'm not signed to a major, so it means even more to me, because it's just like, yo, this is from the work that we put in just with ourselves,
and it's from the house. It's not like
it's not it's from the house. It's not from some major entity or some robot trying to push it, you know, or something like that, but it's just strictly from being organic. And it's just crazy to see. Shout out to my manager, Kyle V. he's made sure that, you know, we've had a system in place for that to be possible. So yeah, it's been wonderful.
Our art goes further than we'll ever know. You know what I mean? Like, there's some UK rappers that I listen to and they're not even blown up, but they'd be stoked if they knew some dudes from California were writing California slapping their music. You know
they would be
bumping
juiced.
shit,
They
yo.
would be like, yo, what? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And that's the same exact feeling how I feel when it's out other places, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another experience was this chick at like a mansion party, but she was like, I made sure that your shit was slapped like 70% of the time. And I'm just like, whoa, what? And she just sent a little video, and it's just like,
That's amazing.
a house of hella people just like going crazy to some hip hop music of somebody that they don't even really know like that.
But it's the feeling.
But it's the feeling,
Yeah.
and it's the feeling. And then we're just like, that's when I was like, oh yeah,
Okay.
it's a rap.
Fuel for the
It's
fire.
a rap, yeah.
You know, one thing that you mentioned earlier that really stuck out to me was you mentioning ownership of your art and what you want to do. And that really stuck out to me because I'm really learning this. It's so important to do that. And I think
Right.
the reason why these things have happened for you is because you realized this early, you embodied it, and you stuck with it to a point where now you started seeing a reflection of what was actually happening in yourself, which was owning your art and not being afraid to put yourself out there. So I just wanted to highlight that because it's super true.
Thank you. Yeah, being able to put yourself out there and talk about. Listen, when I'm writing and I'm in that zone and I'm looking for that message, these things don't come easy. These are things that it's actually painful to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, I'm traveling back to this, like, and then your mind starts going, and it's just like, you know, well, I should have did this, but at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, those experiences change you. They make you who you are at the end of the day, and you need to share them because other people need to be able to understand that, yeah, I'm going through something, but what he's going through, I could respect that, you know, like, so it's just, you know, constantly giving things that, you know, people can feel and get messages from, and, you know, try to get some positivity out of it.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing loads of you've been really getting into your workouts.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's, you've been focusing on that a lot more, right?
Yeah, I got into it mainly because I just needed an outlet. After my mom passed, it was just kind of like, I need something positive to put this energy that I have into. I don't want it to go down a negative way and put that energy into something that, you know, I shouldn't be doing. I want to put that into something that's gonna, you know, help my body, maybe inspire somebody else, maybe help somebody along the way. So yeah, it's working out in sports and high intensity activity is just what I'm all about, and I just love it. You know?
Yeah, this morning, I was like drinking yesterday, and I was sort of like tired this morning. And I go on Instagram, and I see you're on a run this morning.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, damn,
Gotta get it.
You
I'm
know,
like, bro, this is what I'm playing. He getting this adrenaline like ready, and
That's it.
You're getting pumped for the day, starting
right?
the day that way.
LeBron said it. We're so like pretty much focused on being strong that we forget to how strong our focus needs to be, you know. So
real.
it's the mind, like you said, the mind is a muscle, and the more, and you have to train it. It's just like any muscle in your body. You have to get it focused, you have to get it ready, and you have to prepare yourself. And so that's just what I do. If my mind is right, my body is right, everything else will fall in line. Like everything.
perfect.
And I
Love
feel like that's with finances,
Everything.
with your job, with your car, with anything. If your mind is right and your body's right, everything else gonna fall in line.
That's how I feel like when I don't go to the gym that day, like, or if I skip 2 days, I'm just like, it just literally like bothers like every other part of my day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'll feel way better when I'm at my studio painting because I went to the gym
Right.
and made my body feel better. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah.
It just genuinely feels better. I can't even
does.
explain it. You just have this burst of light. You have this burst of energy, and people notice it, and they want some of that
They
too.
want some of it.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Yo, how can
What you
I?
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what are you
exactly,
doing?" And it's just like, "Yo, I've trained my mind to wake up 7 a.m. every day, regardless of how I feel, and get some work done.
Just get it.
Just get it."
That's
Yeah.
it.
You go to the gym? I see you work out a lot outside.
So yeah, I work out a lot outside due to the whole COVID situation and everything. But I was in the gym tough, like super tough. Sometimes
missed
two
the gym.
times.
I remember that. I was,
Two
when I was in
times in
England, I was
there.
watching that and I was like, bro, he ain't playing.
Yeah,
He was boxing.
yeah,
lifting,
yeah.
doing
I was boxing
everything.
tough.
Okay.
Somebody was a coach at one of the gyms, got me gassed up, and he was like, "Hey, you look good. You should maybe try to compete like at a level." And I was just like, and I actually thought about it for a second, but starting at the age I'm starting, it's like boxers don't
Yeah,
start at this
nah.
age. They
Yeah.
start young.
Yeah.
There's 10-year-old killers out there.
Yeah. You go hop in there and have a problem.
Yeah,
It's an
you can hop in
issue.
there and have a
Issue.
real issue. You know what I'm saying? And bro, be super younger than you, but just, he started when he was how old?
Yeah.
10, 11, you don't
Yeah.
know. But boxing is like one of those sports where, you got to get into it definitely young. You can't come in like basketball where you could come in and, and your first game that you ever play is in college. It's just not.
But I think you might could, man.
Maybe.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything's
Anything is.
possible.
It's just the chances
Are slim.
are slim, or they're not very likely. And with boxing, completely different than hoop. Like
Yeah,
hoop,
yeah.
that might
You
work,
getting,
but
you're getting pounded.
and then
bro.
the same
it's-
thing with boxing. It's just all depending on who it is and how tough your mental focus is and
Yeah.
all of that. So it's a lot of factors that play into it. But yeah, shout out to all activity that's benefiting the mind and the body
And the spirit.
and the spirit.
Yeah.
For
Damn,
sure.
so 2020 was just a long year for you. You grew a lot, you learned a lot,
Yeah.
had some losses.
Yeah. 2020 was my most painful year ever.
Same.
Like, I don't even want to say 2020 anymore. I just want
Yeah.
to say, like, oh, yeah, that one
That-
year.
that
Yeah,
that time. Back
yeah,
then.
back
Yeah,
then.
we had a pretty bad year too,
It
like
was
with
rough.
a lot of mental health shit. But
Yeah.
to wrap it up about 2020 and everything you have going on, what are you most excited about this year, and what should we look forward to and expect from you?
Oh, man, this year, expect a lot of new music. That's pretty much my main focus. It was always my main focus, but dealing with everything that I've been dealing with, I had to go to some avenues to try to, figure certain things out, just in terms of my life. But look for shit ton of new music, shit ton of new videos. I'm excited to drop this album with Kelly that we have been working on before he passed. Still working on it right now as we speak. And and then the other 2 live projects that I'm working on, and I'm just pretty much putting my whole ass energy into those 3. So yeah, excited about making noise this year and continuing to grow. And putting the game first.
Okay.
Yeah, we're excited, and
Yeah.
we might have to get you back on here.
Yes.
To promote the album.
Oh
It's coming.
Have to.
yeah. When
Have to.
I'm definitely coming back, bro.
Let's
When it's ready, I will definitely be back on here.
Oh, and we gotta give a huge shout out to your unborn child coming out.
Oh yeah.
Dropping
Yes, dropping soon. That's that's probably the most crazy thing that has happened. They say where one life ends, another life begins, kind of thing. Crazy because my girl had cancer before. Had to go through chemotherapy. After the chemo, they were telling her, yo, we don't ever know if you'll be able to actually conceive. So it was just this big ordeal.
Wow.
She had to have an ovary taken out. And after that, we just tried to get her as healthy as we could. But, bruh, when it all happened, she was also on birth control. So it was just like,
Listen, this is what I gotta say. I gotta say this. The way the universe works, what is meant to happen will happen. It will happen.
Yes. And it's crazy because right before the pandemic too, me and my manager, we had got an apartment in LA.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's good, just go down, I'll come up and visit. I know that, you guys are gonna be in the studio and the lab all the time working. And she was super supportive of that. I never had any chick be like, yo, you could move out to another city with your manager and continue to still rock. But
that's just how she is though, bro.
Yeah.
She rocks super solid. Like
she's I don't know where I'd be. But Mara coming through in May. So we got, a few more months to then, but she shook everything. She said cancer, Kobe.
Okay.
She said
that's
one
amazing.
ovary, Steph.
Okay.
So like she definitely came through. I'm excited for, her to be born this year too. That's another thing. That's why I'm trying to hurry up and get these projects.
Okay. Because then it's daddy time
beautiful.
at that point.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
I'm glad everything is working out right now, and like this year already sounds like it's gonna be 10 times better. Like you've grown. I'm sure the music is gonna be much better. You can hear when someone has grown. You know what I mean? And I'm sure like that's gonna show a lot in your music. And much love to you. Much love to your unborn child. Much love to Dina.
Much love.
Oh yeah.
And
Thank you guys for having me on the show.
of course.
And I look forward to you guys' success, and it's dope already. Like it's dope already.
Appreciate it.
And I don't say that, there's no bias in that. There's not just because, oh yeah, I know you, like, dude.
Yeah.
No, I came in, it's professional, it's legit. I'm gonna let people know to tap in
So
to the show. So yeah. It's all good.
thank you, bro.
It's
Much
all
love,
good.
bro.
Wait, is it cool if I leave them with something?
Of course.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, let's do that.
Before-
Wait, hold on. How do
Is
we
it
not
cool?
even think of that?
Yeah, is it cool
mean?
if I leave
Come
them
on.
with something before I dip?
Of course.
I said, I's bloodshot, no more time for the sleeping. I don't know, I'ma dive off the deep end. That bartender getting drunk every weekend. My mama's sick, doctors can't even call it. From U-Haul straight to you gotta haul it. Up the stairs, that one bedroom apartment. It wasn't fair or whatever you call it. I'm missing days, school is calling for truancy. Catching fades, I was under the scrutiny. 100 ways, I write that in my eulogy. Different page, shining without the jewelry. Hear me say? Brown paper bag, that in my lunch. Didn't have much, Lisa was something. Left with a kiss on the cheek, had to run. Love was all we had, was low on them funds. I look to my brother, it makes me feel sad. Cause that was a daddy that we never had. And I don't even like to speak on his behalf. Might see a tear next to your autograph. We need the Wraith, we need the bands. Fuck Instagram famous, that's just doing lands. Of people who follow and don't set the trends. If we talking trauma, don't know where I began. Cup of noodles that was on the table. Fix the antenna, we ain't have no cable. Never had sentiment, that shit was painful. Thinking God, the situation wasn't fatal. Hit with the eviction after the appraisal. Did the best we could. I'm just swear I'm thankful. Did the best we could, man. I'm swear I'm thankful. But I'm never going back.
Straight up. Let's go.
Straight up.
Okay.
Thank y'all
man,
for
that-
having me on.
Of course,
Let's
bro.
go.
Thank you for that.
Let's go.
Thank you for that, bro.
That was ill.
Oh
was
man,
ill.
well, this is Diverse Emotions podcast.
Let's
We got
go.
the legend Dred Scott.
Man,
That was amazing, bro.
That was ill. What?
Thank you so much, bro.
For sure.
thank you,
It's
man.
a
for
sunny
having
day
me.
out.
Yes,
We're all gonna have a
sir.
good
We're
day
gonna
now,
enjoy
bro.
it.
There it
For
is.
sure. Peace.
Sure.
Peace.
Get it.
There it is.